The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Allen. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 43. To the air, Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Allen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap. Fields. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Fields on 3rd down. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
One play action. Fields. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the 1st quarter of a 3-0 game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Fields on 1st down. They set up the screen for Dobbins, and he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. A good pickup there at 22.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Well, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He was brought down there by Julian Love.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Now Fields. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Dobbins is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Fields. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now Allen. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And just shutting him off there. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Fields. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Allen now looks to throw. Being chased out left to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Back to throw, Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Quez Watkins, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And this will be caught by Edwards. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
56.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a 14-3 advantage already, we'll see how much they want to try to push things, if at all. Off play action, Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. They've got his man complete. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 65 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 30. 10. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise. To be kind, they accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Working with his 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Buried behind the line by Shaquille Griffin on the corner blitz. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
So they decline it as that will bring up 4.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Allen off the play fake. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Taken from just outside the 30. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
To throw again on second down. Fields. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and they certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Allen's throw is complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. On play action, Allen out to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. 36 yards.
And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Point after, right down the middle. And it makes the score 21-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And taken right at the 35. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Looking to throw on second down. Allen eluding the pressure right. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
Allen from the gun on third down. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. From the gun, it's Allen. And he wisely will throw that one away.
But sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
And he will have a Vikings first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They run with Hines. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Throwing is Allen on third. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of the first down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And this is off the left upright, and it caroms in. Not the most convincing kick you'll see, but he got it to go. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Looked a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner. Except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Back to the air. Fields on second down.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Throwing on third down. Fields.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. Now Allen again. Touchdown, Vikings.
Bryan Edwards.
26 yards.
And the Vikings get a bit closer.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
To try again after the sack. Fields under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Taken from about the 12. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
They find some open field here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Quinn Miners, 3rd-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. Back to throw. Fields.
Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Fields.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Throwing is Allen. He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward, because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try to force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on third down. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he will have the Vikings first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Allen. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
And his kick is good. He knocks through his third field goal of the game, and this one is the one that decides it. And they have regained the lead. That was an excellent